Welcome students. We are into our fifth lecture of mechanics of solid subject, and in this fifth lecture of unit 1 we are going to discuss the topic elongation due to self weight. Myself Krishna Mishra, assistant professor in mechanical engineering department, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. The lecture objectives of today's lecture are: first, to apply the concept of elongation of a body due to self-weight. Second, to study about the self-weight factor considered for finding stresses. Third, to solve numerical based on the concept of elongation of a body due to self-weight. And finally, our core objective is to develop a in-depth learning about stress and strain. So let's move into our today's lecture. Elongation of a body due to self-weight. This means that we are going to discuss on the concept that whenever whenever there is something hanging from the wall, if there is some section or a rod or any feature that is hanging from the wall, then due to its self weight, due to the weight, since we all know there is gravity which which tries to keep everything to the ground, so which is known as the weight. So if we consider the weight, then in that case what will be the elongation? We are going to discuss it. For example, if this is the ceiling and some projection is coming out of it. Now if this projection has got some weight, and its cross sectional area, if its cross sectional area is A, all right, then in that case weight will try to extend it in the downward direction. This means that tensile stresses will be generated in the projection on this rod. So we say that due to self weight W, this material, this particular rod is extended or tries to extend. All right, and what will be the elongation or extension due to this self weight? It will be given by the formula that elongation due to self weight is equal to W. W means the weight of the projection or weight of the rod which is considered. L means the length of that particular rod, divided by 2 into A into E. A is the cross sectional area, and E is what? E is your elastic constant, Young's modulus. Young's modulus means modulus of elasticity, in other words. So the elongation of a uniform rod of length L due to its self weight, due to its own weight, is given by del is equal to WL upon 2AE. All right, the deformation. Now note number 1, point number 1, the deformation of a bar under its own weight as compared to that when subjected to direct axial load equal to its own weight will be half. How? You can see the elongation of a rod which is loaded in this way is given by the formula del is equal to WL by AE. All right, we don't say W in that case, we say PL by AE, and here it is PL by 2AE. So from that the conclusion can be made, and here we know due to self weight it is equal to WL by 2AE. So we can take out the conclusion which is written in the second point that the deformation of a bar under its own weight as compared to that when subjected to a direct axial load is equal to its own weight will be half. All right. Now one more conclusion, one more important conclusion from this same concept. If 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 you don't have the total weight, you have a specific weight of the item. If you don't have a total weight, you have a specific weight. You have a specific weight, W, small w. A specific weight means weight per unit volume. If you have a specific weight and you don't have total weight, so in that case what you do, if you don't have total weight, in place of that you have weight per unit length, sorry, not weight per unit volume, not a specific weight. If you have a weight per unit length, then in that case you will simplify this formula. How it will be simplified? In that case W will not be equal to W. This W basically is equal to W into L. All right, so here what will happen, here somewhat the formula will be changed. W into L, we can write it in this way. Weight, if you write a small w as weight per unit length, then total W will be equal to W into L, and already there is one L in the formula, and in the denominator you have 2AE. So this formula changes into WL square upon 2AE, WL square upon 2AE, WL square upon 2AE, WL square upon 2AE. Alright, so this formula will be used when you have the weight value, weight per unit length, and this will be used when you have the total weight. Similarly, if the bar is not equal in cross section, if the bar is not same at all the cross section, here, if the bar is not of the same cross section everywhere, if the bar is not of same cross section everywhere, then in that case what we do, if it is in conical shape, if it is in this shape, if it is in conical shape, then in that case we use the formula, this formula we use. What is the formula? The formula says it is equal to rho g L square upon 6E. Means in short we can say WL upon 2A max into E. So this is the formula used for conical bar. Now let's see how is this formula derived. How is this formula derived? Let's see. Now see, for that, for deriving the formula, first of all you will have to consider a bar AB hanging freely from its own weight like this, and L be the length of the bar, A be the cross sectional area, E be the Young's modulus, W be the specific weight of the material. Now consider a small section dx as all. Whenever we do some derivation we consider a small section, so here also we have considered a small section dx of the bar, and this section is at a distance of x from the base. Now we know that weight of the bar, what will be the weight of the bar for this particular length from here to here, what will be the weight? Now it will be equal to, weight will be equal to how much? If weight per unit volume is W given to you, per unit volume means you have to multiply with volume to get the total weights, and volume is what? Volume is cross sectional area into this particular length. What is length? Length is given by x, so WAX will give you the weight of the bar till this length x. Alright, now if someone asks you what will be the elongation of the small section of the bar, what will be the elongation of this particular section, what will be the elongation of this particular section due to the weight of the bar for a small section of length x, then it will be equal to, we all know the formula is PL by AE. PL by AE. We are considering this as the weight. Weight is what? Weight is your, we all know weight is given by here, load is here, this load we are considering WAX. So formula we know, don't get confused, this is the formula we all know, WL upon AE, means here W is not, W is your WAX, P is your WAX, load is your WAX. So put WAX in place of P, then it will be Wx into Wx dx by E. A will get cancelled out. A will get cancelled out. So Wx dx by E, you will get this. This is the elongation value of this small particular section. Now, if we want the elongation of whole of the bar, if we want the total elongation of the bar, then for that we will have to integrate the above equation between 0 to L. We will have to integrate the above equation from 0 to L, from 0 to L. Alright, equation was, what was the equation? Wx dx by E. So on integrating these two terms which are constant will come out, like W and E. And what are the variables? X dx. So x dx integration is, we all know x, the integration of x is equal to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Integration of x to the power n is equal to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So if you use this formula, it will be equal to integration of x dx is x square by 2. And these are the lower and upper limit. You just put it. If you put the lower limit, nothing will happen, and the upper limit, when you will put, it will be equal to L square by 2. So whole solid will be equal to WL square by 2E. And if you can also write, if W, in place of W you write, we all know that capital W is equal to W into A into L. So if you divide this W by W into A into L, then what you will get? You will get WL by 2AE as the answer. So therefore the derivation is this, of this particular elongation formula. Del L is equal to WL upon 2AE. What is the formula? Del L is equal to WL upon 2AE. Alright, so this was the derivation. Now with an example, we will try to use this formula for getting the answer of problem. So this is an example. The example says that a copper alloy wire of 1.5 mm diameter and 30 meter long is hanging freely from a tower. What will be its elongation due to its self weight? Take specific weight of the copper and its modulus of elasticity as 89.2 kilonewton per meter square. Now see, let's do the operation of this question. First of all, the length of the wire is 30 meter. In terms of mm, you will have to multiply by 1000. Alright, then after, what you will do, the diameter is given to you, means small d value is given to you. From d you will calculate what? You will calculate area. Area is pi d square by 4. Pi d square by 4. From this you will calculate the area. Then after, what you will do, the rest value that is given is your modulus of elasticity value, E. It is 89.2 kilonewton per meter square. Now the question is asking you that what will be the total elongation. So we all know that formula for elongation due to self weight is equal to, if we use weight per unit volume, then WL square by 2E. This is the formula. And L is given to you. L is 30. So L, in place of L you write 30, as we have here in the solution also it is given. In place of W you write the value of the W given. What is the value of W given? This is the value of the specific weight given. Alright, modulus of elasticity is not given here. It is taken 90 gigapascal. This is not written in that question. Something is missing, and what is missing? Modulus of elasticity value is missing. It is take this value as 90 gigapascal. Gigapascal means just multiply with 10 to the power 3, and you put it in this formula here. And everything, when you have put all the values, W, that is specific weight, then after L, just square this L value upon 2e. This will give you the change in length, means elongation. If you will calculate, you will get the answer that 0.45 mm is the total elongation of the wire of this particular numerical. 0.45 is the total elongation of the wire. So I hope this numerical is easily understood by you and you don't face any problem now in such type of questions. But more so, some more numericals we will do, and we will see that whether how this concept has been used again and again. Now this is one numerical. What this numerical is saying to you: a steel wire ABC 16 meter long, having cross sectional area of 4 mm, weighs 20 Newton as shown in figure. If the modulus of elasticity for the wire material is 200 gigapascal, find the deflection at C and B. Now this question is a bit complicated. How? Because you have to find the elongation at these 2 points, both these 2 points. Which are the 2 points? Point B, point C. So this is the point B and point C. The elongation at point C can be calculated easily by direct formula. We know by the formula WL upon 2AE is the formula, and the weight is given to you. The weight is what? 20 Newton. 20 Newton is the weight, and the length is given to you as 16 meter. Total length is how much? Total length from here to here, this length is 16 meter. Cross sectional area 4 mm square. This is the area. Alright, then the weight is given to you. Weight is 20 Newton. Weight is 20 Newton. Weight is given to you. Length is given to you. Then after cross sectional area is also given to you. What is not given? E, modulus of elasticity, is also given to you. It is 200 gigapascal. The only thing you have to do is look after the units. Convert this gigapascal into Newton per mm square. Then after weight is in Newton, nothing to do here. Area is in mm square, nothing to do. Length, keep it in mind that you will have to multiply it by 1000. You will have to multiply it by 1000 to make it in mm. Now these values are okay to be considered in the numerical. Then put all the values and you will get the elongation at point C. But if you want elongation at point B, then it is a bit confusing and you will have to use your brain now. So first of all, calculate the values for deflection at point B. You will, by the solution, you will get your answer. See here, as I have already told you, WL by 2AE will give you elongation at point C. W is 20, 16 into 10 to the power 3 is the length. A area is 4 mm square, and 200 into 10 to the power 3 is modulus of elasticity. Alright, but if you have to find the deflection at B, what you will have to do here, two things has to be considered. At point B, two things will come at point B. There will be self weight also, and there will be extra load also. Means there will be self weight of this portion AB plus extra weight of the portion BC. So for due to both the loads, the wire will be elongated. So how we will calculate? We will calculate it this way. The deflection at B consists of deflection of wire AB due to self weight, as I have told you. The deflection at B consists of deflection of wire due to self weight plus deflection due to weight of the wire BC. And we know if the point is at the middle, then we will take weight will be half, because the point where we have to find the deflection is at the middle portion. So above it, if you consider the weight below it, so it will be not capital W, it will be W by 2. And similarly the length will also be halved, L by 2 will put, rest everything will be same, and you will get 0.05 mm. But this is the half answer. In this you will also have to add plus the extension or the elongation due to the weight, due to the portion BC, extension or elongation of the portion AB due to the weight BC. And this, in this the formula will not be WL upon 2AE. In this the formula will be simple, which you have been using. What was the formula? WL by AE. So put those values. In that case also W will be W by 2, L will be L by 2, W will be W by 2, L will be L by 2, and in denominator there will be no 2, because 2 is twice of AE comes in the formula of self weight. But here we are not considering self weight, we have considered self weight, but in addition to that we have to add elongation due to some weight of the wire BC. So that is your 0.01 mm, 0.01 mm. And the total reflection of the wire at B will be equal to how much? Deflection del L1, which you have calculated just now, then deflection del L2. After the del L1 you have calculated del L2. So you just add those two values and you will get the answer. What is the answer? 0.15 mm. This is the answer. This is the total deflection. This is what? This is total deflection of this particular question. I hope this was a bit tricky numerical, but you have understood the concept. The concept is that at point C, directly elongation you can calculate, because total weight into total length divided by twice of AE, this formula will be used. But for this point B, this will be del 1 plus del 2. What is del 1 and what is del 2? Del 2 means due to weight, due to self weight, due to self weight. This we are considering of section AB. So due to self weight of the portion AB, we will find elongation, and then due to the load of this particular portion BC, we will find elongation. In the formula there will be difference. Here we will use the formula WL by AE, but here in this one we will use WL by 2AE. So this is the formula. I hope you got the understanding or the concept behind this numerical. Now coming into the next example. The next example says that a compound bar ABC 1.5 meter long, is made up of two parts of aluminium and steel, and the cross-sectional area of the aluminium bar is twice that of steel rod. The rod is subjected to an axial tensile load of 200 kN. If the elongations of aluminium and steel parts are equal, then what you have to do? You have to find the lengths of the two parts of the compound bar. Take E value for steel as 200 gigapascal and E, capital E, for aluminium as 1/3 of E for steel. 1/3 means it is 200 divided by 3 for aluminium. So once again, as you can see, compound bar ABC, its total length is 1.5 meter, and among them there are two materials, aluminium and steel. Alright, the rod is subjected to axial tensile load of 200 kN. If the elongation of aluminium and steel parts are equal, find the length of the two parts of the compound bar. Now here students, see, since the weight has not been given in the numerical, therefore this question does not have any relation with any elongations due to self weight. though the diagram is made in such a way that it looks that it is a question of self weight, elongation due to self weight, but there is nothing here in the question which gives you the knowledge or the ingredients or the values needed for calculating the elongation due to self weight. There is no weight value given here. So here we will directly by the concept of elongation of composite bar. By that concept we will go. So what we will do, as you can see in the solution also, that total length here it is given to you as 1.5 meter. So as always you will have to convert it into mm by multiplying by 10 to the power 3. Then after cross sectional area of aluminium bar is twice of the cross sectional area of steel. This is given to you. Keep it in record. If it is be necessary, if it will be necessary, directly we will put this twice of AS in place of AA, means in place of wherever it will be required aluminium's area of aluminium bar. In that case we will write twice of area of aluminium is steel bar. Then axial tensile load is given to you as 200 kilonewton. 200 kilonewton axial load means 200 into 10 to the power 3 newton. 200 into 10 to the power 3 newton. 200 into 10 to the power 3 newton. And the modulus of elasticity of steel, modulus of elasticity of steel is given to you as 200. Write it by the alphabet ES, 200 gigapascal. So you will have to again here also multiply with 10 to the power 3 to make it, to convert it into Newton per mm square. And the modulus of steel, modulus of elasticity of aluminium is, so LA length of the aluminium part, LS length of the steel part, we are naming it like this. And elongation of aluminium part AB, we all know the formula, that elongation by any tensile load or any load is equal to PL by AE. For aluminium we have used the subscript A. So PL by AE is equal to all the values we have put. The length value is not given to us. This length is not given to us. No issue, we will keep it as L. Alright, and we will get the answer of the elongation in this way. So we have got the elongation in this way. Then after, for steel part BC, this portion, let's come into this portion. Which portion? BC part. So for this BC part, del S, again the same formula we will use, del L S, we will use the subscript for steel. It will be equal to PL by AE. Now here length is not given to us, we will write it just by L and in subscript S. So LS by AS. This will be the value. Everything will be cancelled out. 200 will be cancelled out. 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3. This is cancelled out. You are finally getting that the elongation of the steel part BC is equal to LS by AS. Now we have still not arrived into the answer. Why? Because the two elongations, now we will add these two elongations, but still this length LA and LS, these are unknown. Let's see what will happen. Just we will add now this. Moving to the further solution. See, now we have seen the elongations of both the parts are equal. This is given in the numerical. I would like to show you where it is given. If you see the numerical, it is given here. What it is given? It is given if the elongations of aluminium and steel parts are equal. If the elongation of the aluminium and steel parts are equal, find the length of the two parts of compound bar. So here it is already written, the elongations are equal, means del LA for aluminium will be equal to del LB. So this we will use, alright, and put the values here and here. The same thing we are doing in the solution. Let's come into the solution part. So in this solution you can see that this del LA, del LA and del LS, we have equated the values obtained, and finally LA LS we will get what we will get. AS will cancel out and we will get a relationship between LA and LS. And one more equation we have for this LS and LA. We have one more equation, and that is the equation of total length. Total length is given to you as 1.5 meter. This means that in mm it will be 1.5 into 10 to the power 3. So this is one equation, LA plus LS, and this is the other equation. Put this LS value here in this particular place. Then what will happen? LA plus, it will become, in place of LS it will be 1.5 LA, and finally you will get, it will be equal to 2.5 LA. Means 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 is equal to 2.5 LA. 2.5 LA. Therefore LA is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 2.5, and LS is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 remaining minus 600, because 600 mm you have got the value of LA. Total length is 1.5. So if from, you will minus this 600 from 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 and you will get 900 mm. So LA becomes 600 mm and LS becomes 900 mm. I hope this solution is now understood by you. So don't get confused, as I have already told you that in this particular numerical it has not been given that weight has to be considered, and also weight is not given. The only thing which is given to you is the load which is applied. The only thing that is given is the load, tensile load, which is acting on both the material. So this is not a question, this is not a question of elongation due to self weight. It is not a question of elongation due to self weight. Don't consider it a question of self weight. It is not a question of self weight. It is not a question of self weight. Instead of this, you will directly use the concept of composite bar, elongation of composite bar, where you apply load in this way. Alright, and you find the elongation by adding the elongation of both the parts. Elongation of part 1 plus elongation of part 2. Alright, to get the total elongation. This concept will be used here. Therefore, this was a tricky question. I have added in today's lecture this particular question so that you get an understanding that where we have to use the self weight concept or where we don't have to use the self weight concept. So this thing I hope is understood by you now. Alright, now by solving some MCQs we will get more idea. Let's see what are the questions now. This is our first MCQ. A steel bar 2 meter long and 150 mm square in cross section is subjected to an axial pull of 15 kilonewton. Find the elongation of the bar. Options are given to you. Take the value of E. Take the value of E as 200 gigapascal. Now see, this is a very simple question. Again a bar is there. Bar total length is given to you 2 meter. Cross section area is given to you. Cross section area, what is the cross section area? 150 mm square. Alright, then after the pull, the axial pull is given to you. What is the value of this load or pull? 15 kilonewton. Alright, this particular rod is subjected to pull. So since it is a pull, you can consider it into inside, but main thing is that you have to calculate the value. So we all know that by formula the elongation is equal to elongation of a bar is equal to load P into its length divided by cross sectional area A into E. In this everything is given to you. Load is given to you. Load is 15 kilonewton, means 15 into 10 to the power 3 we will put here. Then after L is given to you. L is 2 meter. Alright, then area, cross section area is also given to you. It is 150 mm square. Then after modulus of elasticity E is also given to you, and it is in gigapascal, so multiply into by 10 to the power 3. So you will get the answer. As you will calculate this answer, you will get that the value of elongation is equal to 1 mm. The elongation value is 1 mm, and in the options you can see, in the options find which option has the value 1 mm. You can see that option B has the value 1 mm. So option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Since option B is having the value as calculated by our solution, so option B is the correct option. Alright, now coming into the multiple choice question number 2. This is the multiple choice question number 2. A straight bar of 500 mm length has its cross sectional area of 500 mm square. Find the magnitude of the compressive load under which it will decrease its length by 0.2 mm. Find the magnitude of the compressive load under which it will decrease its length by 0.2 mm. Alright, so you have to find the magnitude of the compressive load in this particular question. The value of E which you can take is 200 gigapascal. So see, let's solve this question also. What is given? Length is given to you. Straight bar length is given to you, means capital L is given to you. Cross sectional area is given to you. Capital A is given to you. Magnitude of compressive load is given to you. No, we have to find the value of compressive load, means we have to find P here, and we have been given the value of change in length del L. So del L is given to you. In the same formula we will put the value of all other P L by AE. This is the formula for elongation. So in this put all the values. L we have, E we have, A we have, and del L we have. So from by putting all the values we will get the value of P. P will be equal to, if by you will calculate, you will get the answer. P is equal to 40 kilonewton. P is equal to 40 kilonewton. So 40 kilonewton is the correct answer of this particular question. So I hope this question was also easy. Coming into the next multiple choice question. Alloy bar 1 meter long and 200 mm square in cross section is subjected to a compressive load, a compressive force of 20 kilonewton. If the modulus of elasticity for the alloy is 100 gigapascal, find the decrease in length of the bar. Now see guys, total we have to find the decrease in length, the same thing. Elongation means increase in length, and decrease in length it is asking you. So there will be nothing changed here. Compressive force, so only thing is that here the compressive load is acting of 20 kilonewton. So the same thing will be there. We will find elongation in the same way. The same formula PL by AE, elongation we will use. All the values are given to you. Load value is P is 20 kilonewton. And alright, you have either you can put a minus sign, or if you don't want to put, you don't put any minus sign, that just directly put the value 20. and at last whatever will be the value, that will be your decrease in length. Why? Because the load is your compressive load, and since the load is compressive load, therefore the answer will be your decrease in length. It is very obvious. So 1 meter is the length. Put the value in place of this capital L, means 1000 mm will be the value that you will put in this L. Then 200 mm square is the cross sectional area. Alright, and then after modulus of elasticity is 100 gigapascal, just convert the unit and put it in here in this place of capital E, and find the decrease in length of the bar. Find the decrease in the length of the bar. So you will see that the decrease in the length of the bar is how much? It is equal to 1 mm. So 1 mm is the correct answer. You just calculate and find and cross check whether you are getting this answer or not. This was your multiple choice question number 3. Now moving into the next multiple choice question. A hollow cylinder 4 meter long has outside and inside diameter of 75 and 60 mm respectively. Find the stress and deformation of the cylinder when it is carrying an axial tensile load of 50 kN. Now in example also we have done this particular question in this type, a question of this type. What it is given, there is a hollow cylinder. There is a hollow cylinder. Now if it is hollow, then it will have some inside diameter and outside diameter. Alright, so now the inside diameter is given to you as 60. The inside diameter is given to you as 60. And the outside diameter is given to you as 75. First of all, what will be the cross-sectional area? Cross-sectional area. First of all, what will be the cross-sectional area? So the cross-sectional area will be equal to, we all know that the cross-sectional area of a circle means area of circle. Since its cross-section is circular, therefore area of circle formula we will use. And we all know that the formula is pi by 4, pi d square by 4. But since it is hollow, so pi by 4 di do square minus di square, do square minus di square. Alright, by this formula put the value do as 60 and do as 75 and di as 60 and get the answer. So when you will calculate, first of all you will not get the answer, you will get the value of area. Then after, what you will do, you have the formula PL by AE. You have this formula PL by AE. Alright, in this formula put this value of A from calculated from here. E is given to you, put this value of E 100 into 10 to the power 3. Axial load value is given to you 50, means 50 into 10 to the power 3. And area you will have calculated. So everything you will put in this formula and you will get the answer. You cross check, you will find that the answer is matching from option B. 31.4 will be the answer, and it is matching the option number B. Coming into the MCQ number 5th. A hollow cast iron column has internal diameter of 200 mm. What should be the external diameter of the column so that it can carry a load of 1.6 meganewton without the stress exceeding 90 megapascal. Now since this is also a question of hollow cylinder, you just solve in the same manner as in the previous question, but only difference is that here you have to calculate the external diameter. You have to calculate here the external diameter, means d naught. So go on solving in the same way as we have done in the previous numerical. di is given to you, inner diameter. No, this, yeah, hollow cast iron internal diameter 20 mm is given to you. This is di is given to you. So by formula you all know that elongation is not a difficult question, because here there is no stress value is given to you. Stress is equal to load by area, and load is 1.6 meganewton. 1.6 meganewton. 1.6 into Mega means 10 to the power 6 Newton. This is the load, and area we will put like this way, pi by 4. Alright, d O ka square, this is unknown to you, minus di square. Di is known to you, di is 200 mm. So 200 ka square. And stress is also given to you as 90 megapascal, 90. So put all those values and finally you will calculate the d naught. So d naught is basically what? If you will calculate the answer, you will find that d naught is matching with your answer D, 250. So 250 is the correct answer. Coming into the next of MCQ number 6. Now a brass rod 1.5 meter long and 20 mm diameter was found to deform 1.59 meter under a tensile load of 40 kilonewton. So we have to calculate the modulus of elasticity. The same formula which we have used in the previous question, the same will be used, only the unknown here is changed. Unknown is E. You put all the values and calculate the unknown. Alright, deformation del is given to you. Use the formula of del and you just calculate the value of modulus of elasticity. You will find that your modulus of elasticity is matching the option D. So D is the correct answer. Now coming into MCQ number 7, a steel wire of 80 meter length and 1 mm square cross sectional area is freely hanging from a tower. What will be its elongation due to its self weight? Take a specific weight of the steel as 78.6 kilonewton per meter square and modulus of elasticity as 200 gigapascal. So the same question again here, cross sectional, the elongation due to self weight formula will be used here. Here is the case of elongation due to self weight. Put all the values given and you will get the answer elongation, and you will see the answer is matching option 3, 1.3 mm. 1.3 mm will be the correct answer. Try to solve this MCQ. Similarly, is the 8th MCQ. A steel wire is hanging freely under its own weight. If extension does not exceed 2.5 mm, what should be its maximum length? So the question is asking you to find the value of capital L. Formula you all know. Put the value and you will see that answer A is the correct answer. Coming into the MCQ number 9. A steel bar of 100 mm length tapers from 12 mm by 10 mm from one end to 30 mm by 20 mm. If the stress in the bar is not to exceed 100 megapascal, find the magnitude of axial forces. So in the same way as in the previous question, you will do this also and you will find change in length. And you will see that option A is the correct option. Coming into the MCQ number 10. Here you can see again it is asking you to find the magnitude of force which will deform it by 0.8 mm. Again, this is an easy question and it is a question of uniform tapering bar. It is a question of uniform tapering bar. So you can solve this question and you will see D is the correct answer. So all the MCQs have been covered and discussed with you. Now if you want to get a detailed study, then you can refer some books. The books are like this as seen in the screen. Timoshenko, Shames, Popov, Crandall and R.K. Bansal books. I hope today's lecture is well understood by you. In the coming lectures, we will discuss more into this topic. Thank you and have a nice day.